This version of Raven Darkholme, otherwise known as Mystique, looks like Rebecca Romaine from the original Fox X-Men movies, so while I'm making love to Mystique, I'm also enjoying myself very much while Jessica Jones lays beside us on the bed naked, and right now Mystique is moaning very loudly, and she said loudly, "My god, it feels so good, oh it's so big," and after 8 hours I finally came inside Mystique's vagina, and then she went cross-eyed and she female ejaculated on me, and then Jessica Jones started giving her and me oral pleasure, and Mystique moaned cutely with surprise, "Oh, that feels good. Oh, don't stop," and I made love to Mystique in every sexual position, and then me and Raven gave Jessica Jones double penetration, and Raven and I both got Jessica Jones pregnant again, and then after a whole day of me having sex with Mystique and Jessica Jones, I talked to Magneto and I told him my plan, and then I teleported him and the Brotherhood of Mutants inside of William Stryker's base, right where William Stryker and Bolivar Trask was hiding, and then William Stryker said Victor, and then Sabretooth looked at William Stryker with anger and he walked up to Stryker and asked him, "Where the fuck is my brother William? Tell me where he is now," and then William Stryker told him where Logan is, but I knew it was a trap for Sabretooth. Lady Deathstrike was in there waiting for him, so I used my powers to put her to sleep, and then I smirked and I said, "You know why I'm here, William Stryker, and let's just say I know about your plans, Bolivar Trask, and you're both going to tell me everything or I will take the information myself," and then they told me everything about the Sentinel program and that not even I can stop it, and then I said, "You underestimate me and you overestimated yourselves, and I wouldn't be so arrogant if was you," and then I said, "I'm going to give you both one chance to stop the Sentinel program right now, and if you don't I will kill you both in the worst ways possible. You only get one chance, don't waste it. I'm going to give you both until the count of 10, and then I started counting down from 10, and then when I nearly got to 1, Bolivar Trask shouted, "Wait, I'll shut it down," and then he shut it all down remotely, and then I clapped my hands and I appeared behind him and I quickly grabbed the controller and I said, "Great job, Bolivar Trask, you're free to go," and then I glanced at Magneto and I nodded at him, giving him the signal, and then I used my powers to destroy every Sentinel in the world, and I used destruction key energy to wipe out the Sentinel program completely, and then I said to Magneto, "It's done, the Sentinel program has been destroyed," and then I destroyed the Sentinel controller, and then Sabretooth stepped in front of Bolivar Trask and he said, "Where do you think you're going, little man?" and then Bolivar Trask said, "But I thought I was free to go," and then I said, "Yes, you are free to go and I won't kill you," but I didn't say anything about them not killing you, and they can do whatever they want to you, and then the Brotherhood of Mutants stripped William Stryker and Oliver Trask of all their clothes, and then they began to torture them both in the worst ways possible, and then I walked away because I didn't want to see all that, and I went to free Silver Fox, Wolverine's old girlfriend, and Sabretooth brought Logan to me and he said, "Okay, now restore his memories please," and then I asked him, "Are you sure about this?" and then Sabretooth saw who I was carrying and he asked me, "How the fuck is she still alive?" and then I said, "It's not your concern, but your brother loves her, and when she wakes up and he gets his memories back he will be very happy to see her again, and then he won't feel lonely anymore and try to have sex with my sister Jean Grey," and then Sabretooth said, "You son of a bitch, this wasn't part of the deal," and then I said, "The deal was I give your brother his memories back, and our deal didn't have anything to do with this, sir," and then I placed my hand on Wolverine's head and instantly he started screaming as I restored all his memories very fast, and then he jumped up and popped his claws out and he shouted, "Victor," and then he saw Silver Fox, and then she woke up and she said, "Logan," and then she opened her eyes wider and said, "Surprised, Logan, it's you're still alive," and then Logan cried and hugged Silver Fox tightly and he said, "I'm so glad you're alive too, I remember everything," and then Wolverine looked at Victor with anger and then he stood up and popped his claws out again, and then Victor said, "Now wait a minute, Logan, I didn't kill her," and then Logan said, "No, but you nearly caused her to be killed, you son of a bitch," and then Silver Fox looked at me and she said, "I know you. You were the one that healed me," and then I said, "I don't remember you," and then she said, "Yes, that's right, they said that would happen, that you wouldn't remember anything. A man from I.G.H. brought you to us, a Dr. Carl Malice, and William Stryker used his mind control serum on you."